Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Yannick. I do hope you lot are all doing well today, man, and I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy where I go across football news media, consolidate everything regarding Chelsea Football Club, present it to you here in a nice manageable package, give you my opinion on the stories, but more importantly ask for your opinions on said stories. So there's a couple of transfer stories slash gossip to talk about today, but also there's a very serious and concrete story regarding Callum Hudson-Odoi and the fact he's been completely cleared by police for all allegations. Very good to hear indeed, and in hindsight he handled it, as well as the club handling the situation, very well. What does this mean for the player moving forward though? It's been quite the roller coaster ride ever since the intervention of Bayern Munich. We'll talk a little bit about Cho, as well as talking about Fraser Forster. Could he come to Chelsea to be maybe number 2 to challenge Kepa? As well as a lot of West Ham business, proposed deals regarding Timo, Bakayoko, and Declan Rice to Chelsea is still rotating around the rags, and it's worth talking about him a little bit, I guess. If you like daily Chelsea Football Club content, I'll urge you guys to subscribe here to Football Therapy because I upload every day about Chelsea. Only if you want to, man, but if you choose to jump aboard, please do make sure you hit that bell notifications icon, that's important. And if you want to help me out as well, please do like this video. Alright, let's get into it. Right, let's start off with the serious story today. Callum Hudson-Odoi was arrested a while ago with some very serious allegations against his name. The Metropolitan Police confirmed the arrest. There was a girl that was at his apartment that was taken ill, and he was arrested late in the morning, I think about 4 a.m. At the time, we didn't really know anything, and to be honest, Callum Hudson-Odoi as a character always seemed like quite a sweet Christian young man, and it was very difficult to see him as someone who'd do something so dark and serious as the allegations were claiming. But it wasn't a good look regardless. He had broken a lockdown in the middle of a pandemic after having the virus himself, so he knew the severity of the situation, and he shouldn't have done that. But still, he's a very young man, still a teenager, still growing and learning about life, let alone about being a footballer. Rather interestingly, Callum didn't make a statement, which turned out to be very intelligent indeed, because he knew he was innocent. Chelsea obviously believed him as well, and they did not make any statement, and nothing's been said until now. Callum Hudson-Odoi has come out and made a statement himself on social media, which I'm going to read to you now. At a time where there are bigger things happening in the world right now, you may also be aware of serious allegations that were made against me. I've stayed silent and assisted the police fully throughout their inquiries, and I knew the day would soon come where my name would be cleared. Following a full and thorough investigation, the police have now confirmed they will take no further action. I would like to use this platform to thank everyone who stood by my side and supported me during this difficult period. I've learned that being a footballer and playing for one of the best clubs in the world comes with great responsibility, and going forward, I will try and use my platform as a Chelsea player to be the best role model that I can be. Sounds like a pretty grown-up statement to me. So, we can look back in hindsight and see it was very good for both player and club to not make any statement, and Callum Hudson-Odoi to come out and say this now. I think one of the most important parts of this statement is obviously that he's innocent and he knew he was, but the fact how he looks to evolve and move on as a player. He probably knows he's done a couple of things wrong, and he can use it as a growing experience, hopefully, and a platform to jump on. I'm a massive fan of Hudson-Odoi, and I've been fighting his corner for a long time. When he dropped form and a lot of fans turned on him, I was trying to tweet some positive, feel-good energy about him, saying, look, I was at Stamford Bridge when he scored his first goal and got that assist. I was in the West Stand, I was quite close, and I saw what that look on his face, and I was really excited. I was with my friend who was a Fulham fan at the time, and I was trying to tell him he's a really exciting young player. Even he was on his feet applauding. And like many Chelsea fans, I couldn't help but get really excited for this young man. People are talking about Jayden Sancho. I was still one of these people saying, yeah, but Hudson-Odoi, he's got it in his locker, man. We've seen him. We've all seen these, compilations of him going through the age groups, absolutely tearing teams apart by himself. Maybe he had a bit of an attitude problem, but he's a teenager, man. You should have met me when I was in my late teens. I was I'm not going to swear, I was unpleasant. Anyway, hopefully this experience can be a growing one for Callum Hudson-Odoi, and we can all move on and he can really show what he's made of and prove to the world that he could be one of the world's greatest footballers. Alright, moving on, let's talk about some transfer stories. Starting with Fraser Forster, once of Southampton, now of Celtic. Apparently Chelsea are looking to potentially secure the goalkeeper for £10 million. 10 million, a very reasonable price in a pandemic. So why? Well, I've been speculating a long time on this channel that Chelsea are going to buy a second goalkeeper, one that's a bit younger than Willy Caballero and could potentially challenge Kepa if Kepa's form drops off again. Now, Fraser Forster is 32 years old, so he's not going to be a young keeper challenging, but I've thought about it a little bit more and it kind of makes sense. He's got experience in the Premier League, he did post some good numbers in the Premier League, and Willy Caballero signed an extension, but I think mainly that's because Frank Lampard just likes having him around the club. He's a really good professional that's good with the players and the youngsters. Willy Caballero, I think, is going to be like 39 maybe next season. Way too old. Maybe Caballero will sort of come a bit more away from the pitch, and someone like Fraser Forster, 32, can come in and play second fiddle to Kepa, and perhaps Frank Lampard will trust him to come in and play a few run of games if Kepa's form drops off again. For me, it fits the player profile of Chelsea aren't going to spend loads of money on a first-team goalkeeper, like a first choice. Maybe someone like Fraser Forster would make a lot of sense. Anyway, it's just a new story that's going around at the moment. I'll keep you posted on what happens with that, and generally any movements regarding goalkeepers. Right, Bakayoko, West Ham, Declan Rice. Let's talk about the London, the east to west midfielders switch business. What's gonna happen? Before I talk about Declan Rice, let's talk about Bakayoko. It's quite clear he's not gonna feature under Frank Lampard. We bought him about 3 years ago or something, about 3 years ago. 3 years ago? Yeah. A big player for Monaco, a lot of clubs wanted him, Chelsea sealed him, I was excited, a lot of you were excited. It didn't work out. He had a couple of good games when he first started, most notably when he started against Tottenham. Even though he was injured, he had a good game. We made him a song. I'm not going to sing it, I've already sung it before in here and I shouldn't keep singing songs. Anyway, Marina Granovskaya, Chelsea are looking to make a bit of money on Timo Bakayoko, and apparently West Ham want him. Would that be a good signing for them? I don't know, but like I always say, this is such a West Ham signing. I can't really say for sure if West Ham will get him. Personally, I always thought Bakayoko would just go back to either Liga or stay at Milan or something like that, but maybe he could go to West Ham. It could happen. This is just something going around the headlines at the moment, so we'll have to see what happens, but maybe, just maybe, he could be used in a make-weight for apparent Chelsea target, defensive midfielder, once of the Chelsea Academy, Declan Rice. Yeah, a lot of you are going to be rolling your eyes and perhaps making sounds of frustration right now. Why do we need Declan Rice? To be honest, I think maybe Declan gets a lot of disrespect. He is a very good, highly thought of, highly rated footballer, but a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's another English player Frank Lampard wants to get in the starting lineup. Maybe. Maybe Declan Rice is being considered if someone like Jorginho was to be sold for a large amount of money to, say, the likes of Juventus. Jorginho is 28, Declan Rice is very, very young. It could be part of the long generational project build. He is a very good player, Declan Rice. I'm going to nail my colours to the mast now. He doesn't excite me. If he is a lot of money, I don't think Chelsea should be spending a lot of money on him. But, you know, if you give Timo Bakayoko the other way, and he's a long-term replacement for an outgoing player, what if Chelsea do, and I'm not saying they should, that's very important, sell Jorginho or N'Golo Kante for a lot of money. So they bring in a very young Declan Rice to be a part of a long-term build. Maybe. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just speculating. If he turns up and he's very good, great, I'll back him fully. And I know this isn't totally relevant to football, but as a lad, Declan Rice is really, really funny, and he seems like a really good professional young man. Like, you know, no controversy there, and he seems like a jovial, really, really good in the dressing room kind of dude. So that could be great for any dressing room of any football club. And I know you shouldn't buy a player because they're nice, kind, and funny, but it can certainly help the dynamic. But anyway, will Chelsea buy him? Will probably cost a lot of money in this financial climate, but you know, could Bakayoko go the other way, be used as a make-weight? And also, apparently, Michy Batshuayi could be an option for the Hammers. West Ham have had a problem for a long time, or a sort of underlying, never really solved their striker problem, to have a striker to just start loads of games and score goals to ascend them up to their ambition. Is Michy Batshuayi that man? I'm not so sure he is. I don't want to disrespect Batshuayi. I always maintain and I subscribe to the fact he's a very good finisher, two-footed, fast and strong. If there is someone out there who thinks they can get the best out of him, he's in his prime, he's got Premier League experience, he might do really well at a West Ham, maybe. So best of luck to him if he does go, and you know, Bakayoko, Batshuayi, Declan Rice, I don't know, man. Anyway, this is what the rags are saying this morning. It's just headlines that I'm telling you guys. I don't think there's much in it. Maybe Forster would make a lot of sense as a second goalkeeper backup if Willy Caballero takes a step back. I don't really know if Frank Lampard fancies the young lad Jamie Cumming. We'll have to see. But what do you guys think? Get down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. What do you see for the future of Callum Hudson-Odoi? Can you see him growing into an excellent, exciting forward player, becoming the player he was always meant to be? Let me know that. Also talk about the West Ham switches, Declan Rice, Batshuayi, Bakayoko. Could you see anything like that happening? And Fraser Forster, would you have him as a backup goalkeeper, 32 years old, Premier League experience? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this video I've provided for you guys today, I'd urge you all to like the video because that helps me out a lot. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course you're all welcome to follow me on social media at Football Yannick on both Instagram and Twitter. Come and follow me on Instagram, I'm trying to be more active at Football Yannick. Alright, that's it from me. Enjoy the football that is happening soon, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double, silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.